Welcome to another GCBASIC demonstration. This demonstration actually takes you through the automatic comport selection for serial programming, recently added in the, what is it now, April 25 build. So what's this all about? This is, you can now specify automatic or auto as your comport in preferences editor. I'll show you that in a moment. On the compile, will automatically select the comport and select that single serial programming port for you. And it eliminates the manual selection that's required or previously required. It just makes it a lot easier for you, streamlining workflow and saving time. So let's have a look what I've got. Let me just come out of PowerPoint, okay? Let me zoom in for you, okay? There you go. I've got an Uno attached here. I've got a bit of a program I'm going to send to it. And I'm going to show you my device drivers. So in my device drivers, and here is my device drivers. Can I zoom in a bit more for you there? Oh, there you go. Device drivers. Why is that important? Because I have got no comports installed. So if I try to program now, it will actually fail. So let's have a look what I can do. Let's go back to my camera, and I'm just going to unplug this and plug that back in. Okay, so that will install the device driver that's required for this type of programmer. This applies to LGTs, all manner of serial programming that you can do. But as you can see, it is just sitting there. And if you look very carefully on the screen there, it's coming as Comport 3 on the bottom left of that screen lock, Comport 3. So historically, what you had to do is you'd have come into the IDE and you would have changed the settings. So let's look at the settings and see what we can now do. So function key F4 is the way I do it, and edit preferences. If you open up the preferences editor, I'll zoom in on that for you. Here we go. This is the 3.14 preferences editor. That's what shows this capability. And here it is, Arduino Uno is at the top of my list. If I edit that, the default when it was installed initially is COM0. As of today, that will now say auto. Why? Because if I do a drop down and select auto, I don't need to tell it which comport it's attached to. So change nothing else. If it's set to a comport, set it to auto, and it says here, the programmer will use the serial comport, select the comport it uses here. Select comport or select auto to use automatic comport selection. And that's what I've done. So okay that, and back into the IDE. It will then shut that down nice and slowly. Great, that's done it. I'm now going to flash it. And I'm going to press function key F5, or you can take the little icon, and it's now compiling it up, and it says downloading automatic serial selection, COM3. So we did something. Let's have a look at that. Can I show you that? How do I show you that? I think I have to move my mouse over here. There we go. At the bottom, automatic serial selection selected COM3. So that automatically tells me that it's programmed it. How do I know it's programmed it? Because that LED is flashing and it wasn't flashing before. Let's unplug the Uno and we will try to program it again. Function key F5 or press the little icon. Many different ways of making it program. Now compiling it, and because I've got the cable here in my hand, it will say automatic serial port not possible, no serial ports. And that makes sense because it wasn't connected. Push that in there. Okay, and let me just show you something else so that you know you can see all the error handling. It's now reprogramming it. I'm now going to connect in one of these, which is a USB TTL. And let's pretend that you've now got two serial ports. And if we look in my device manager, you will see I've got a COM13 now. You can't quite see that. Let me zoom out. I've got a COM13 top right and a COM3. Now, if I try to program, I'll get a slightly different warning because it cannot determine a single port. It will just issue out a warning. Automatically, serial port not possible. Either more than one serial port. Okay, auto requires only one serial port as the programmer. So if I unplug that, I've just unplugged that serial device. I've unplugged it. You can see in here it's now gone back to COM3. Reprogram it by pressing function key F5 or any of the icons, and now it changes it. Really good. So let's assume now that at some point that becomes a different comport. I'm actually going to come into here and change the comport manually. Tell it it's something else. I don't know, comport 29, which it could be. I mean, I don't care what it is. I think you should, just because I'm hacking it. Unplug and replug. It's coming as COM29, which is great. Back into the IDE. Compile, and it's automatically selected Comport 29. So works great. That is a result. I will call that. Let me zoom out for you, back to screen. I'll call that result. Enjoy.